Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 4. We're going to be talking all about how to do market research. So how do you know that your online blogging business will actually make money? Yes, it's because you have a positive mindset. Yes, it's because you want it so badly. And yes, it's because that's just a part of your character to be tenacious and to problem solve, right? But let's get really left brain here for a minute. What proof do you have that your business will actually make money? If you're like my clients, you've done your market research. And part of that market research is actually making money. So that's your proof right there. So when I work with clients, we never proceed to anything else unless we've fully researched, vetted, and actually tested the messaging, the launch, the funnel, etc. That's why my clients are able to grow their blog so quickly. They have a strong foundation and proof of the concept, so you won't see them struggling for years to get things up and running or unfortunately close up their shop. So for example, when I first got the idea of the Blog Growth Lab, I first tested the idea. I asked my audience, I sent out a survey, I did the market research, and I pre-sold the program before it even was created. I did this to see if my audience would even be interested in the program idea, asked them what they needed to be a yes to jump inside, what they struggled with when it came to blog traffic, and then tested the launch to see if anyone would pay the price for it. You never need to create an entire course, program, ebook, or anything else, even blog content, without selling it first or getting some feedback on it, like that your audience actually needs this and actually will buy this. Market research is key. You don't waste all the time and money building a glossy website or spending forever building a course or whatever before you even know that you're going to be willing to hand over their credit card, or that your audience is going to be willing to hand over their credit card for you for that service or the product that you offer. By doing this in the beginning, it will help you figure out what your blog or business is, figure out what blog or business to start, get really clear on the right small business idea, and save time and only create things that people actually want to buy. Truthfully, the most successful and profitable online business ideas all start with this critically important step. So how do you conduct market research for a new business so you can make money online as an entrepreneur? Number 1, online research. So I want you to go ahead and Google to see what kind of competition is out there for you. A lot of new bloggers and small business owners have the misperception that if other people are doing what they thought about doing, they shouldn't even bother. But the opposite is true. If you want to see that there are a lot of people providing that kind of solution or service that you want to offer, it's actually a great indicator that there is a demand for it. You can always improve upon the service that somebody else is providing. Also, start researching the search terms that people use around your topic. And you can look for Google and YouTube search terms that will show you that there is a demand for the solution to that specific problem. Number 2 is video interviews, my favorite. When people are typing online, they're able to edit what they're saying, but when they're having a conversation, the real truth comes out. That's why it's so valuable to talk to people directly. First, reach out to somebody that would be a potential person to buy your product or service or even read your blog. Let them know that you have a couple quick questions and that you would appreciate it so much if they could just take 10 minutes of their time. So these are the questions that I want you to ask. What's the gap between where you are and where you want to be? So how do they describe what they're going through? How does that make you feel? What would an ideal solution look like? How would that change things for you? Why is it so important? What has made this difficult for you to solve on your own? How much would you be willing to pay for this? So these questions are just like basically for products or services. But like, let's say you're like selling something else, like a printable or ebook or something, and you're selling to somebody different, then these questions could be like different for you, if you know what I mean. And long form surveys, I send these out a lot actually. Like this is like the main way that I'm currently doing my market research is sending out long form surveys to my email list because I have a lot of people on my email list. So you want to send out a long form survey to your email or to a few people that could be your potential client, blog reader, or customer of whatever you're selling. I will put an example of a survey that I did in the text below. Actually, we're going to go over this survey right now. Basically, you ask the same questions as you would in the interview, but people will be typing their answers, which is effective. So let's go look at this survey. So this is a Boss Lady Blogger survey that I did. Of course, people are calling me. I'm gonna put it on night mode. Okay. So I offered one lucky winner gets a $100 gift card to your favorite shop. Stupid stuff. Okay. So whoever, I had 22 responses, and whoever filled this out, there was one winner of this. So what I did was I put email, and I used Google Forms for this. But I did email, tell me who you are and what you do. How would you describe what you do? What does my blog service products help you do? How did you hear about my business? Was there questions that you need answers to but couldn't find on my blog? If you could wave a magic wand, this is like the most important question that you could ask somebody. If you could wave a magic wand, what results would you get? And this is another very important one. What frustrates you the most about trying to start a profitable blog? Or what frustrates you the most about whatever they're trying to do, like their ultimate desire? So if you could close your eyes and imagine what their world would be like if those blogging problems were solved, what would be true? I have to drink water. Did you ever feel like giving up? If so, why? If you could ask me anything about running a successful business, what would you ask? And then, what's the biggest problem that you're facing right now? What were you doing before you realized this problem was it was a problem of yours? So you have to ask the right questions. If you could create the perfect solution. So like a lot of these answers are going to be like similar, but it allows them to like answer them in different ways and get more information out. You just want the most information here. So that's one survey that I did. Let's go look at another survey. The Blog Growth Lab survey. So I gave them information about it. It's a beta test. Which option best describes where you are in your blogging business? What are the top questions that you need to answer growing your blog traffic inside of the Blog Growth Lab? So this is what I did before I ever even created the Blog Growth Lab. I wanted to know that this was actually going to sell, that people actually were interested, and they were. I had 9 responses on this one, and I did another one that had over 20. So I knew that it was very high demand for this. So what are the top questions that you need to answer about growing your blog's traffic? What are you currently struggling with? And what would make the Blog Growth Lab an easy yes for you? So it was a very quick survey. And I offered somebody a free spot inside. So you have to give them like an incentive to actually want to fill out the survey, for one, and to get, like a lot of people to answer all of your questions, because the number one thing that you're going to want to use is their language inside of your sales pages, inside of your content when you're trying to sell whatever product or service that you're selling. So this is why market research is like so key. Okay, so let's go back. So that's long form surveys. And then you can use Instagram story polls. So you can survey, basically the same questions, but on Instagram. Okay, now you want to make an offer. So if you've been actively listening to these people and getting clear on what it is that they want, what problem they want solved, how they perceive that, and how they describe that, you should be able to turn that into an offer presented to somebody and have them say yes. If you're just starting out, you may not have the testimonials or the social proof to really prove that you're able to deliver the solution that you promised. And so you may be charging a lower price in the beginning, and that is okay. So with the Blog Growth Lab, I offered beta testers because the program was never launched before, and I didn't have enough social proof for it. I did a beta test, and I offered $400 off the entire program. So that's what I did to get people in and see if this product would actually work, because you don't really want to sell something to somebody at full price if, it doesn't give them results or they don't like it, whatever. So this is just market testing. You want to demonstrate that few people will say yes to your specific offer so that you can prove that it's worthwhile to move forward with your business and gain some testimonials in the process. So we will be creating your offer in a later week of this program if you're inside the Blog Growth program. Final thoughts. Market research is key to blogging and business success. If you want to sell anything to your audience, you need to know what they struggle with, what their goals are, and you need to know the exact language and phrases that they use to describe these struggles and goals. So you can then make your ideal audience feel like they're in your head, or that you're in their head. And if someone feels like you understand them on a deeper level, they will connect with you and they will buy from you. Don't skip the market research. You have to do the work and survey your audience often. I do this all the time. I want to know what my audience is struggling with often. I want to know their problems. I want to know all about them and how I can help serve them better, because this is all that it's about. You have to serve your audience, and when you serve them and when you give them free stuff and you're really, really helping them and you're making a difference in their life, they're going to want to buy whatever you're going to be offering. So that's all I have to say here.